Hi everyone, and welcome to a new video dedicated to our beloved Snoopy and to the world of Peanuts. This Peanuts strip, dated January 17, 1951, belongs to the earliest, primordial phase of the comic. Schulz was still exploring the characters, trying to understand who they were, how they moved, and what kind of voice they had in the world he was creating. The visual style is essential, almost minimalist. A few lines, nearly empty settings, and yet every stroke tells a story. The atmosphere is domestic and warm, but it also evokes that suburban America of the immediate post-war period, with its small rhythms and quiet rules. In this episode, Charlie Brown shows up at Patty's door on a cold winter day, covered in snow from head to toe. He's looking for warmth, maybe a temporary refuge, but above all, a bit of human contact. Patty, on the other side, becomes the little guardian of household order. Every gesture, every movement turns a simple entrance into an obstacle course. The heart of the strip is the contrast. Charlie Brown's disarming kindness versus Patty's relentless pragmatism. A tiny, everyday clash, and precisely for that reason, incredibly human, capable of expressing far more than it seems. In the first panel, we see Charlie Brown standing at Patty's door. It's a winter day, and he appears wrapped in his heavy coat, his cap pulled down over his head to shield him from the biting cold. The snow clearly piled up on the ground suggests that this isn't just a light dusting. The world around him is immersed in a silent, frozen landscape, and little Charlie Brown seems completely absorbed in that wintry atmosphere. Patty watches him with an almost neutral posture, composed in her demeanor and neatly dressed. Already, a kind of natural authority emerges in her, the quiet confidence of a child who takes her social role seriously, without needing many words. Charlie Brown, slightly hesitant, asks, "May I come in?" His expression is calm, but his body says otherwise. He's cold, perhaps a bit shy, and certainly not prepared for a strict inspection. There is a subtle, almost imperceptible tension that turns the scene into something more intimate than it appears at first glance. Two children, a doorway, and that small distance between the one who wishes to cross the threshold and the one who decides the rules, all in a silence charged with meaning. The second panel snaps into place, and it does so immediately, with a completely different tone. Patty, this time, doesn't answer yes or no. She goes straight to the entry requirements with an almost military firmness. "First, shake off all that snow." It's a line that every child of the 1950s would have heard, repeated by adults every single winter, like an inevitable, almost sacred ritual. Patty's hand extends slightly forward, with delicacy and precision, as if she were a little instructor handing out life rules. She isn't asking, not at all. She's giving orders, delivering clear directives. The door stays open, but the threshold, that invisible line, is still a sharp, concrete barrier. Still no sign of hospitality, no warm invitation, only the silent discipline of a controlled entrance. Charlie Brown lowers his head, his tiny eyes resigned, almost tired of existing in such an unfair world. His stillness brings a subtle smile, a quiet laugh. He looks frozen by the realization that stepping into Patty's house isn't a simple act, but an undertaking of enormous energy cost. An ordeal, almost like his endless war against that baseball he never manages to hit, no matter how hard he tries. In the third panel, Patty raises the bar, and she does it without hesitation. After the snow on his clothes, she orders Charlie Brown to wipe his feet, and insists he do it really well. It's an exasperating kind of perfectionism, the sort that seems to come straight from the adult world, and yet, incredibly, it's coming from the mouth of a child. In this panel, Patty appears even firmer, even more self-assured, while Charlie Brown looks slightly more dejected, almost resigned. He doesn't protest, he doesn't complain. He just stands there, passive, with an expression that carries a silent awareness. He understands perfectly that Patty has no intention of making his life any easier right now. The interior floor of the house is only lightly hinted at. It's a minimal detail, but a crucial one because it amplifies the severity of the moment. It's as if the artist were telling us that to enter this domestic kingdom, one must prove worthy, ready to face precise, non-negotiable rules. And poor Charlie Brown already knows, without a single word, that this little mission won't be easy at all. In the fourth panel, everything comes to a close with the dry, understated irony typical of the early Peanuts. Completely demoralized, Charlie Brown slowly turns around, as if every step weighed twice as much, and walks away. The line, "I've changed my mind, it's not worth it," is total surrender, but at the same time a small act of rebellion. With a quiet choice, he decides to face the freezing outdoors rather than endure endless instructions. Patty remains in the doorway, motionless, almost suspended in time. Perhaps surprised, perhaps simply impassive. She does nothing to stop him. Everything around her feels like a ritual, repeated every time someone dares to enter her home. A small theater of domestic authority. A light wind blows, the white snow wraps around everything, and the door stays wide open, framing a scene that is cold yet, ironically, perfectly coherent. Charlie Brown once again reveals his peculiar mastery. Letting go, walking away when life becomes simply too complicated, and doing so with an involuntary, almost poetic grace. This strip is significant because it belongs to the very earliest era of Peanuts. Patty, today a less familiar character compared to Lucy or Sally, was actually one of the original pillars of the cast. Her guarded, pragmatic nature, not particularly inclined toward sweetness, emerges clearly in every single interaction. Charlie Brown, in 1951, is not yet the existential and poetic figure we'll come to know in the following decades. He is simpler, more physical, more of a real child. His defeats are everyday, immediate, not philosophical. Another interesting detail concerns the artwork. In 1951, Schultz drew the characters with rounder heads, very small eyes, and bodies that were rigidly static. Each panel is composed with an almost surgical clarity. Few details, no superfluous decoration, an essential quality that seems to anticipate the visual modernity that would come later.
If you enjoyed yourselves, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and activate the little bell to stay updated, and see you next friends.